Basically, I don't feel safe in the city in terms of the police killing black males and black females. And so I've always been like on a lookout for spaces, or like how would I get away from a situation if someone was chasing me. I've always been interested in like architecture, but then also like little nooks and crannies and little cuts and places that I could find refuge in some ways. Pairing that with just like the body and a history of stored emotion and movement, there's these kind of formal shapes of the body in terms of like what they look like, how to produce them, how to understand them, where they come from. So I guess you could say my practice is like I need to be in the real world, a political world, a social world, but also I need equal amounts of time, if not more time, inside here, processing that and translating that into art. I'm always trying to like get into that space of quieting myself and then allowing kind of like a singular pathway into like to engage in whatever I'm doing. Getting to that place I think is important, and it's like a really small point where you feel good about something, where you've arrived. Trying to score this video that I made a little while ago. Created this idea of reverse voyeurism somehow, where I guess I created like a middle space, a middle theatrical space where there's the unsuspecting public on the outside of that window who then is possibly exposed to some kind of activity. And then there's us, the viewer, the audience, who's viewing it from this space looking in. It's really about ideas and how they need to be represented. The cracks on this broken cement, they basically choreograph my movement. I was interested in these cracks as a drawing, but then essentially let that drawing choreograph the movement. Sometimes the idea comes with a certain way of making that. Obama's presidency had me thinking about how many black presidents there were in, I guess, TV and film. This is Chris Rock. I mean, his face is kind of like engulfed in this light, but you can still see that signature Chris Rock smile in his teeth. The fact that their faces are kind of like covered in light is, I wanted to kind of introduce this idea of light as a metaphor for hope, but also that they're engulfed in these kind of flames as if they were like these prophets or these saints. The project that I want to get done here deals with conversation with two people. It's an exchange of ideas. It's also like a record. I'm gonna set up an installation here with two chairs, and I'm gonna interview or have a conversation with my friends and family. So this, I guess, is born out of two things: the death of my father, and also the intensity of the last year, the series of murders of black people, and the record being a physical archive, a physical thing, and then taking that tape and then making a precious object with it. So this is the magnetic tape, and they're going to be wound around a piece of wood. For me, the exciting and scary thing about new projects is you have it resolved in your head, in your mind's eye, you see it, and then there's the making of it, and then that's the part where you understand that it's going to change drastically, and that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about the questions that come up as I'm making it, and I'm excited about the choices that I have to make, and letting go of like any preconceived notions about how this should look, but understanding that I need to like allow myself to enter that process so that I can realize how it will look. And then realizing that the next step is something else. That's it.